That dream version of yourself is on the other side of that alarm that you keep snoozing, the workouts that you keep skipping, and the routines that you keep putting off. And the truth is, motivation is not going to get you there, it's discipline. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. To my new subscribers, hello and welcome. To my subscribers that have been here and have been locked in, you guys already know I am so grateful for you guys. I'm so thankful for you guys. For those of you that don't know, my name is Taji and I'm your go-to girl for all things self-growth, self-love, and self-improvement. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe so that you don't miss any videos. And today I would like to talk about self-discipline. Now, self-discipline is the absolute highest form of self-love that you can give yourself. And it's not about being too strict or too structured. It's about showing up for yourself all the time. When you choose to eat healthy, work out, or follow through on a promise that you made to yourself, you are telling yourself, I matter. My future matters. And the truth is that anybody can have the motivation to do these things when they feel good. And I always say that motivation is like the party friend. She's always there when it's time to turn up, when things are fresh and new and fun. But the second things get difficult, she's gone. And when motivation fades, that's when self-discipline should kick in. And that is the bridge between your current self and your dream self. I always look at self-discipline as a bridge. I always look at my current self on this side and the person that I want to be on the other side. And the way to get there to that dream version of myself is self-discipline, following the things that I said I was going to do. In this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the real reasons why we struggle with self-discipline, and most importantly, how we can overcome those blocks and start showing up for ourselves again. Number one is fear of failure. Fear of failure usually stems from childhood, when an adult tells us things like, you'll never be good at anything, which then follows us into adulthood and causes things like self-sabotage, low self-esteem, and fear of trying new things. I used to be so scared of trying anything new. I was honestly so scared to even start this channel. And that's because I was afraid to fail. I was afraid of how people would view my failures. I was afraid of how I would feel when I failed. And I had to reframe what failure meant. And the truth is that any successful person that you know, any successful person that you can think of right now has had failure in their life. Failure is not something that you should run from. It's really something that you should embrace, because every time you fail, you learn something. The only time you ever really fail is if you don't try or you give up. And the only way that you can build respect for yourself and self-discipline is by doing the hard things. We love to see the big moments, but how do you get to them? How do you get to see the subscribers, the degree, the financial freedom, the new car, the new house? I'll tell you, it's by traveling the harder road instead of staying stagnant where you feel comfortable. Number two is burnout, or too much discipline. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't this video about discipline? Now I'm saying there's too much discipline? Yes, self-discipline is very much needed for success, but there is a such thing as too much discipline. When you become so hyper-focused on a certain routine or task, like studying or working out, without giving yourself any breaks, that will lead to burnout. Hustle culture is one example of something that leads to burnout because it leaves little to no room for self-care. Imagine working so hard and then not even being able to enjoy the benefits of your hard work because you are so burnt out from hustling so hard and not caring for yourself. Hustle culture promotes the idea that more work equals more success, leading people to work, and put in excessive amounts of time and energy at the expense of self-care and sleep. Hustle culture may look like self-discipline, but it's actually doing way more harm than good. Self-care and sleep are essential to properly function. What I like to do is give myself a day where I'm not working on anything. I'm doing things that I need to do for myself, like if I'm doing my hair or my nails, or sometimes I'm just laying on the couch watching Netflix. And that day for me is usually a Sunday. But yeah, it's essential to give yourself those breaks that you need, where you're not just work, grind mode all the time. Number three is impulsivity. And I heard somebody call this the shiny object syndrome, and I just love that. Impulsivity is defined as acting without thinking or considering the consequences. And this affects self-discipline because it makes it harder to resist immediate urges and temptation. I battle all the time with impulsivity. I can think of something one minute and just decide okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this. And that can sometimes cause me to abandon projects that I'm already working on, and I believe it's because my brain is looking for quick dopamine. Our brains have evolved to prioritize quick dopamine surges that offer instant gratification. Those are activities like scrolling social media, eating sugary foods, or buying a new handbag. Those are preferred over activities that have slow dopamine buildup, such as working out, which requires effort and persistence, or learning a new skill, achieving a goal. Those things all produce a reward for the brain, but it's a slower buildup. It's not instant. So in order to build our self-discipline, we should be choosing to do those harder things that require persistence and determination and showing up for ourselves. One example that I think of when I hear this is saving money for a trip versus buying a new handbag. Now, when you buy a new handbag, you get the instant dopamine. You feel good about your purchase. You look good. You feel good. Like, oh my gosh, I just got a new bag. But on the other hand, when you're saving for a trip, you may not feel good saving the money, not being able to buy what you want for a while, knowing that you have a goal in mind. But when you get on that trip, that feeling that you get is indescribable. And the dopamine that comes with it is so rewarding because you know that you worked for this, you earned this. It wasn't an instant thing that came. You actually had to put in the work and stay persistent. Next is accountability. Now, there are two types of accountability when it comes to self-discipline. Number one is internal accountability, which is being accountable for yourself. Now, these are personal commitments. For example, when you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see and you're like, I want to get in shape, every time that you do something towards that goal of getting in shape, you are holding yourself accountable. And next is external accountability. This is others being accountable for you, such as friends, family, if you get a workout buddy. And while this type of accountability is valuable and appreciated, it is not something that we can rely on for self-discipline. For example, your workout buddy calls you and says, oh my gosh, girl, I don't feel like going to the gym today. I'm not going. Does that mean that you cancel your workout and say, oh, we're just not going today? No, you still go. You hold yourself accountable because you've made personal commitments to yourself. Self-accountability is the personal commitment to take control of your actions and decisions that control your outcome. It's up to you and only you. And it is a key ingredient in success, both personally and professionally. When you hold yourself accountable, you are more likely to set goals and achieve them. And before I move on to my last point, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this far, and go ahead and drop this emoji in the comments so that I can know that you are still here with me. And last is lack of structure, and that is honestly something that I struggled so hard with when it came to self-discipline, and that is because discipline is 10 times harder when your day has no structure, because your brain will always default to what's easiest. And how you can avoid that is by writing out your plans, your goals, and your tasks. That way you have a clear path for your day rather than waiting on motivation to show up or just winging it. Writing it down really makes it feel real and attainable. And as for me, I like to write down my plans for the next day the night before when I'm going to bed. I'll open up my notes app and make out a schedule for the day. Like for example, 8 o'clock to 8:20, skincare, 8:30 to 8:45, breakfast, and so on and so forth. And I always put times next to it, and that definitely helps me to see where my time is going and to put things in order from what's most important to what's least important, so that at the end of the day, I can go back and look and see what I got done. Think about how much easier it is to grocery shop when you have a list versus when you have no list. When you have no list, you are more likely to go into the store and overspend or waste time or forget things. And the same goes for your goals. Your routines are like your grocery list for your life. When you hold yourself accountable, push past fears, and resist urges and impulses, you are showing yourself the utmost self-respect and really taking steps to becoming the dream version of yourself. And the affirmation for this video is going to be, I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be consistent and keep showing up for myself. And that is all for this video. I pray that you were able to take something and apply it to your life. And if this video gave you the push that you needed, go ahead and drop a comment and let me know which area of your life are you becoming more disciplined in. And don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss a video. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.